Hello everyone. I'm just walking along the front of San Francisco at Fisherman's Wharf. Well, I believe it's part of Fisherman's Wharf anyway, or it's close to, because look at the boats. I'm assuming it is. I know it's definitely over that way as Fisherman's Wharf, Pier 39. I don't know if this is classed as it, I'm really not sure. Anyway, I did a disservice to Lucasfilm. I really did. And I forgot to mention one of their greatest icons that they created, which would be Indiana Jones. Yep, Lucasfilm, George Lucas, his company, made the Indiana Jones films. And I've been doing a few videos about San Francisco, talking about films from San Francisco. I nearly fell again. I fell this morning and I hurt my leg and it was bloody damn sore. And I'm actually limping a wee bit. But I don't know if you'll notice the limp because I've got my wee gimbal camera and I've got I think it's a Z-axis you call it, I'm not sure. Anyway, but I was lucky enough that a few weeks ago the Indiana Jones trilogy was released in the pictures and I went and seen them on the big screen. Now, I love the Indiana Jones films. I think, I don't know, it's one of I know the best one's Raiders of the Lost Ark, and for most people The Last Crusade would be second, but I've got a real soft spot for Temple of Doom. I think partly because it's the one I've seen the least. I think growing up on TV, I always called Raiders of the Lost Ark or The Last Crusade. So therefore I very rarely saw Temple of Doom. And I don't know if that's because it's a more graphic Indiana Jones film. I think Steven Spielberg, I could be right, I think I'm right in this, was getting divorced from Amy Irving. And I think George Lucas was getting divorced from his wife. I think that's right. So the two men were both in a kind of dark period of their lives. And with the Temple of Doom, they wanted, well, I think specifically George Lucas, I could be wrong here, but I think George Lucas wanted to make Temple of Doom the Empire Strikes Back of Indiana Jones. The Empire Strikes Back is the kind of darkest of the Star Wars films, and it's the best. It really is. It's a cracking film. It really is. And Temple of Doom, I like the darkness of it. I like dark and gritty. There's nothing wrong about a dark and gritty. And I think both men don't really appreciate Temple of Doom as much as the ones. There is some glaring racism in it. Well, I don't think it's intentional, but there's stereotypes, I think. There's the whole banquet scene where it's like the most gross, disgusting food. But they just wanted to make a scene that was horrific to people. And I can see why they would do it. They see horrific people doing horrific things. So why not have them eating something horrific and disgusting? That says that there's a lot to like about Temple of Doom. I love the minecart chase, but having seen the behind the scenes things of it, when you go and see it on the big screen, you notice it. I think it's great effects, but you can see really how they did it. Part of it is that they built a big set that would do a wee certain section of it, or a couple of sections. And I don't know if I kept going round and round, but certainly wee bits at a time. And I don't know if they changed the background or whatever now and again, but it's a mixture of live action and trickery, specifically miniature trickery. There's a wee model in there, and I don't know if it was stop motion. I can't remember. I think it is. I think it is. In stop motion, it's just you take a picture, slightly move the object, take a picture, slightly move the object, and so on and so forth, and you end up with the illusion of movement. And if I remember rightly, they adapted a camera meant just for photos, and they got that to follow the cart with a toy minecart with a toy Indiana Jones and the Kate Capshaw character. Trying to remember her name on it. I can't believe I've just... Willie Scott, that's the name. Willie Scott and Short Round. There's a wee miniature versions of them. And the illusion's pretty good. It really is. But when you see it on a big screen, it's obvious, it sticks it. I saw it on TV and it's obvious. Not when it first came out, but years later. But yeah, it's definitely, I think it's my favourite Indiana Jones. The best one's Raiders of the Lost Ark. It really is, but I've got a soft spot for the second one and I'll defend it to the hilt. I really like it. But the third one, The Last Crusade, that was awesome. Then there's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. There's supposedly another film, but I think I erased that memory from my mind a long time ago. Nah, it's a load of shite. Anyway, the Dial of Destiny I actually really loved. It's got a mental ending that you either love or hate, I think. I've only seen it once, and I'm going to need to watch it when I go home. I've got a lot of films to watch when I go home. If you watch my channel, I talk about a few films. Aye. I'm trying to get the other films that Lucasfilm did. Howard the Duck. Terrible. I think I've ever seen it once. What were they thinking? I've never read the comic, but I don't know. I remember it being terrible. But George Lucas and Lucasfilm, they revolutionised movie making. They helped develop the first CGI. They developed what would become Pixar. I think George Lucas sold it off. Did a lot of special, like Industrial Light and Magic, the company that George Lucas started from scratch. Responsible for a lot of special effects in a lot of films. So we've got a lot to thank George Lucas for. And Steven Spielberg, both geniuses that created brilliant, iconic films and companies. So, well, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you, bye bye.